wasn't our best guys. Now maybe they were, but like you don't admit to that. Here's a Cy Young voting from last year, and you see Chris Sale number 1, Zach Wheeler coming in a strong number 2, and then you have Skeens, Shota Imanaga right there coming in 5th. I thought he had a tremendous year, and then I don't want to slight Dylan Cease. But these are some of the top pitchers in the National League that we just saw here. Who stands out to you? Who's your favorite?
I just think this is going to be the year that Blake Snell really stands up and delivers. I think the Dodgers are getting him at a perfect time. I can understand the buzz around Imanaga. I can understand it around Paul Skeens. But I just think this is the year that Snell really breaks out. I'm not going to say he's the favorite. I'm going to tell you who I think would be my favorite, and you're going to look at me. I'm a Corbin Burnes guy. I think new environment. Okay. He pitched really well for the Orioles last year. I'm buying everything that this guy does.
Okay. So, yeah, you went all over the board there. So you end up with Burnes, though.
Corbin Burnes, if I had to pick right now, I think the easy pick would be Skeens, but I want to see it, for a full season. Corbin Burnes is my guy.
Okay. Burnes, look, last year you mentioned it with the Orioles at 2.92 ERA, 194 innings, had a rough patch down the stretch.
Late August, early September.
But he put it all back together and he pitched well in the playoffs in the brief time. In my top 10 right now, I mentioned I have Shota Imanaga in there. I also have a wild card pick. We do that where you can just take a flyer on somebody. And Michael King was my wild card pick. I had him at number 5. So Skeens is the most obvious call because I think he's the most talented. Here's my top 10 overall. Skeens was number 1, then Skubal from the American League, Wheeler 3. Then I go Snell. How about Michael King, though? You look at his stretch run for the Padres, and his stuff, his literal stuff, is about the best in all of baseball.
How about 201 strikeouts in 173 and 2/3 inning? Only knock on him, control. 63 walks in those 173 and 2/3. If he catches the right lineup, Brian, a right-handed, heavy, free-swinging kind of lineup, he has a chance to punch out 12 to 15 every night. Terrific assortment of breaking stuff.
I don't want to short Imanaga, though. What a terrific year he had. That was a rookie season coming over from Japan. He's tremendous.
Made the adjustment, made it with flying colors. I know there's a lot of concern. Hey, more of a pitch-to-contact guy. Didn't come with all the buzz that Ohtani came with or Yamamoto, but boy, did he deliver.
It was tremendous. You want to see the rest of the Padres?
Let's see
split squad Padres. Here's the rest of the Padres. This half of the club fared a little better. Nick Pivetta making his spring training debut, free agent signing, strikeouts to the side in the first inning.
Big overhand stuff. Listen, there was a time when the Phillies thought this guy was going to be a fixture in their starting rotation. He's bounced around a little bit, starter back to the bullpen. The Friars see him as a starter, and he looked good this afternoon.
2 2/3 of shutout ball. He had 4 strikeouts. So he makes a statement. Again, the free agent market was not very kind to him. Latched on with the Padres, and he looked good. Now, Jackson Merrill is going to be a superstar. Dan.
We agree on a lot of guys, and I'm glad that you are as high on this guy as I am. I just think an infielder by trade, took to center field, can do everything, hit for power, and he can run the bases too.
And there'd be more of this ball shot into the corner. We would have another draw. The draws are all the rage these days.
Right?
1-1. The final with the Giants in the split squad. By the way, this is surprising, isn't it? This is strikeout per 9 leaders. Pivetta just kind of steady as she goes. And yet, if you look at it, in the last 2 years, he's had about 140-ish innings each of the last 2 seasons. But how about that, Dan? He's 4th in all of baseball.
I think one of the things, 2 different dimensions. He'll throw that 4-seam fastball up in the zone that has a lot of ride. And as we saw in that clip in those highlights, good 12-6 curveball. That's a great combo to have. Fastball up in the zone, curveball down. 2 different pitches, 2 different speeds, 2 different eye locations.
Let's get another highlight in here. Reds and Rockies. Rockies up 2-0. Pick it up in the second inning. That's Ryan McMahon. This guy's a defensive specialist. If he can hit a little bit, Dan, he's going to be a very good player.
No question about it. I think he's going to be a big part of the Rockies. Are going to stay relevant in that Western division. They're going to need some offense.
And here's Brenton Doyle. Same thing. He is an elite. I mean, one of the top 3 defenders in all of baseball. Hits a home run here. Rockies take a big lead. Rockies go on to win it 9-5. Tonight, you can see Roki Sasaki's debut. Dodgers on the field tonight, taking on the Reds. And it'll be, it's funny, it's like Roki Sasaki, spring debut. Yoshi Yamamoto will start that game. But he's last year's news. $300 and something million. He will start. But then we get our first look at 23-year-old Roki Sasaki. What do you expect?
I expect kind of an unfinished product. The people I've talked to have had a chance to watch him throw and watch him throw in his bullpens. The Dodgers are trying to clean some things up mechanically that they would like to see him tighten up. He's more of a raw prospect. He's not Ohtani, he's not Yamamoto, and he's not Imanaga. To me, he profiles as like a college junior that you see the body. He's going to grow into himself. He's a lanky guy, a lot of arms and legs falling over, but a tremendous ceiling, Brian. But I don't think he's as far and advanced as Yamamoto is. I know he's being compared to Yamamoto, but he's far from seasoned enough to be in that category.
You know, I'm even looking at his year last year in Japan, 111 innings pitched, 2.35 ERA, had 129 strikeouts in 111 innings. But my image of him was in the WBC, where his stuff was super electric. But you're saying he's not quite a finished product.
I just don't think he's the polished finished product that Yamamoto is, that Ohtani was, and that Imanaga were when they came over, right? I think long-term projection, he's more than likely going to be a front-of-the-rotation pitcher, but I don't think he's that kind of pitcher right now.
All right, Reds and Dodgers tonight, 8 o'clock Eastern, right here on MLB Network. Again, they expect about 4 innings of Yamamoto, 2 innings of Sasaki. Should be kind of exciting stuff for spring training. We'll take a short break. When we come back, get back to Lauren Shahadi, Chris Young, and the mighty Phillies in spring training, trying to get back to the World Series.
MLB スプリングトレーニングもいよいよ本格化し、今日の試合も見どころ満載だった。各チームが新戦力を試し、開幕へ向けた最終調整を進める中、今日の試合では多くの注目選手が躍動した。まず目を引いたのはコービン・バーンズの投球。昨シーズン、オリオールズで安定した成績を残した彼は、新天地でも変わらぬ支配力を発揮し、強力打線を相手に力強い投球を披露した。シーズンを通してこの安定感を維持できれば、今季の際、ヤング賞レースでも有力候補になることは間違いない。さらには台をさらったのがパドレスの新戦力たち。ニック・パベッタは移籍後初登板ながら、シャットアウトピッチングを展開し、強烈なインパクトを残した。フィリーズ時代にはローテーションの柱として期待されながらも不安定な時期を過ごしてきたが、パドレスという新たな環境で再び輝きを取り戻しつつあるようだ。スプリングトレーニングとはいえ、この安定した投球はシーズンに向けた大きなアピールとなった。そして、ジャクソン、メリルの活躍も見逃せない。内野手としてドラフトされたものの、今は外野にも挑戦し、その適応力の高さを見せつけている。センターという新ポジションにもかかわらず、持ち前の俊足と強肩でフィールドを駆け回り、打撃でも存在感を示した。チームにとっても非常に頼もしい存在になりそうだ。今日の試合結果はロッキーズの9、5勝利となったが、スプリングトレーニングでは結果以上に内容が重要だ。新戦力がどれだけ適応できるか、主力選手がどのように調整を進めているか、そして若手選手がどこまで成長しているか、それぞれの選手が開幕へ向けての課題を見つけながら、一歩ずつ前進している姿を見ることができた。佐々木朗希がついに今日の試合に登場した。WBC で世界を驚かせたあの剛腕が、ついにメジャーのマウンドに立つ。日本ではすでに、怪物と称される存在だが、MLB ではまだ未知数の部分も多い。今日はブルペンでの調整を終え、明日の登板に向けて最終準備を整えていた。彼の投球がどのような評価を受けるのか、日本の野球ファンのみならず MLB 全体が注目している。対戦相手となる山本はすでに完成された投手として評価されており、メジャーでも即戦力として期待されている。一方の佐々木はまだ若く成長過程にある投手だ。しかしその才能とポテンシャルは誰もが認めるところ。明日の登板でどれほどのピッチングを見せるのか期待が高まる。このようにスプリングトレーニングは新戦力の発掘、若手選手の成長、そして開幕への準備という点で非常に重要な期間だ。各チームがそれぞれの課題を抱えながらもシーズンに向けて確実に歩みを進めている。今日の試合でもその過程がはっきりと見えた。これからも MLB の最新情報や注目の試合をお届けしていくので、ぜひチャンネル登録を忘れずに。あなたが注目している選手は誰か、今日の試合で印象に残ったプレーは何か、ぜひコメントで教えてほしい。野球のシーズンはまだ始まったばかり。これからどんなドラマが生まれるのか、一緒に見届けていこう。次回の試合もお楽しみに。